Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Wakakwadash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. And I'm going to entitle this video, For Every Brother Will Utterly Supplant. Let me come over here. This video just came up not even an hour ago. Beware, put up by GMS InfoDoc Channel 12. And this is featuring the video put up by, I can hardly see that, but Zakar Kassad 444. It says, title of the video, Something Heavy on My Mind Concerning WhatsApp Group with Affiliate Guys. I'm going to go into this one scripture. There's a couple of scriptures that came to mind. Romans 16, 17, 18 came to mind. And a couple other precepts, but the Jeremiah, 9 verse 4 came to mind. So I'm going to read that. I'm not going to make this long. Any brothers that are not a GMS and they're affiliated with us in some way or another, and they wish to be a part of it, they can be a part of it. But none of that stuff where you have, WhatsApp groups. I mean, what the hell do you need that shit for anyway? If you learn, you go ahead and teach. You don't get together. I'm not going to get together with, I don't have to get together with Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ramlab, the bishops, the other elders, and I got to get I call it the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch scene. We got to get some brothers from Chicago. They got to be on. We got to get 3 faces from Chicago. First of all, when you learn this truth, you go out and teach, like it says in Matthew 10, the Great Commission to Israel is, go and teach the Lord's sheep. So how you teaching the Lord's sheep and waking up people? If all you guys know you're Israelites and you all know the scriptures, you're all pretty much on the same level, and you're passing scriptures one to another, and that's what they call a group chat. It has nothing to do with edifying, because your job is to push these videos out for the sake of the people that are trying to learn. You got guys that'll get together with other guys and put some precepts together to say, well, I'm going to bring out some deep precepts to show how deep I am. Well, if you're so deep, just teach the people. But anyway, I don't know they spoke about him. I don't know the full story. I'm not going to do no big investigation. I'll leave it to brothers that know him and more information to come out. But I'm going to say this. Any affiliate group that are part of any members or groups of GMS, if you're dealing with, let's say, Atlanta, for example, GMS, you have the head, you have the second in command, and you have the others that, that chain of command, and they're the main teachers, and y'all got to come up under them, not be equal to them, because you're not GMS. If you got a problem with it, just go ahead and do your thing. You don't got to be down with GMS. We're not begging people to be in GMS. So now you men out there, you gotta have a keen eye. It says in like I said, I want to go to Romans 16, but I'm probably gonna go to it anyway. It speaks about Jude, another one that came to mind. False brethren. That's in Galatians. Spies. They're coming. A lot of y'all are popo too. You get all buddy with these guys. A lot of these guys are police officers or federal agents. Every camp has agents in there, agent provocateurs that bring a lot of confusion. You got a guy that's constantly, his name keeps coming up, because he gets arrested because he goes to the bar, he gets into a fight. 2 months later, He has a fight with his woman, and then he gets locked up because he gave her a black eye. 3 months later, you know, he gets caught. You know, the looting goes along, and he gets caught looting in some store. Well, how many times you can't say, okay, brother, we're going to suspend you for 2 weeks. You got to get rid of that nigga. He's a nigga. He done proved that he's a nigga, man. The scriptures say in Romans, I believe that's 12 and 19, if I'm not mistaken, if it at all possible, live peaceably with all nations, with all people, with all men. You deal with Edomites. You don't say, well, that's an Edomite. He got a Jake woman. I'm going to pop that Jake woman because he ain't got no business being with my sister. Well, guess what? That's adultery. If you lay with a man, even if it's another nation woman, and she's an Israelite, he's not an Israelite, you got no right to deal with her. That's still adultery. That's still adultery. So if you there's an old saying among us in the leadership. You get your name. We'll know your name. If you're doing good works, you're going to be known. Your name's going to come up for your good works. If you're constantly doing this crazy shit, we're going to know you. And then we're going to say, we got to get rid of this guy because his name came up too much. And his name didn't come up for the good that he did, the righteous works. His name came up for doing stupid shit. We don't need you affiliate guys. If you trying to come in, I'll come in, but I got to be a leader of my camp and I got to have a certain... Nigga, just come in from the bottom. And if you got a problem, you know, you got to come in from the bottom. You ain't coming in telling us what to do. And if you want to do your own thing, you go ahead and do your own thing. But don't have nothing to do with GMS. Don't say double honors to the apostles and bishops and all. Don't give me that. Don't give me none of that shit. So you guys, in the leadership of the various state camps, you know, you have the regional camp leaders and so forth. You got guys that ain't right. Just show them the door. I can't fully judge this man because I don't know him. I didn't watch the video. But you guys do. I can't watch everything. I'm not the Most High. I'm not an angel. The angels represent the eyes of the Most High. I'm not an angel of the Most High to watch everything. My job is to do the work. So yeah, a lot of niggas come in with ulterior motives. And it's something to do, and I got to be the best. I got to show them that I'm the top nigga in this camp type of thing. It's very simple. Just teach the word. You don't got to show vocab alone how you know the scriptures. You can deal with them. Vocab is a fucking big fat pest. That's all he is. So what you do is you call the cops on that devil. Anyway, let me give you this precept. So you guys that got any issues that you know is gonna make us mad, don't even say I'm affiliated with GMS. Just make up your own fucking name and do your own goddamn thing, and don't be bigging us up. Just go your own fucking way. And that's an order among you, the leadership. Because I'm not going to watch every video. Let me see if he went off, and let me see if this guy... That's not my job, all right? My job is to teach this word to the potential elect out there, and that's your job. Not all this group hug shit. Anyway, let me give you this precept. I didn't want to make this long. That's why I went to one precept. But I mentioned a couple of precepts you can go read. Anyway, you can really start from the first verse. But I'm gonna start from the 4th verse and read to the 8th verse. You can read the whole chapter if you like. It said, take ye heed, every one of his neighbor, fellow Israelites, and trust ye not in any brother, for every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slanders. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. Look up the word supplant. Like you got certain Israelites that'll go to different brothers. Yo, brother, I need 200. My rent is overdue. The brother goes, no, brother, I'll give you the money. Give him 200. Then he'll go to 5 different niggas and say the same thing. Oh, I'm $200 behind. He didn't want the 5 different dudes, and he got $1,000, and he probably don't even need the rent money. But he'll never come to you and say, are you all right, brother? Or here's the money back. You gotta, if a nigga borrow money, the nigga supposed to pay the money back. You guys gotta do something. You gotta use your head for something other than a hat rack. You deal with a chick got you taking her out to these swanky restaurants, senior swankies, inside joke. And you spending all kind of money, you buying this shit, and she ain't give you none. She ain't give you no box. You 3 months you in, she leading you, and you ain't getting, man, fuck, cut that bitch off. I remember this one chick, she didn't give me no box for a month. And I'm not used to waiting that long. But she gave me things she gave me other things. She let me go to first base, second base, third base, but she never let me go home. But then, it was about a month she was filling me out, and then she let me go home. Niggas with the bitch 6 months, he ain't getting nothing, man. Come on now. So supplant, take heed by supplant, to supplant, circumvent, take by heel, follow at the heel, assail, insidiously, overreach, to supplant, overreach, attack at the heel, to hold back. So, in other words, it means a guy trying to get over on you. All right? Did not Jacob get over on Esau? And when he got over him, when he supplanted him, it said, and he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He got over on me. He finessed me. He took away my birthright. And behold, now he has taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? When you read the rest of this, he said he's going to wait till his father passed. Then he's going to kill him. Then he's going to kill him. So that's when you take advantage of a brother, you take advantage of his good nature. So where am I at? Come back over here. See, we ain't going to have a bunch of videos and counsels on how you got to get your act together. Here you did some stupid shit. Next week you did some more stupid shit. We suspend you. You come back. 2 months later you do some other stupid shit. Eventually, we're not going to stand for that. What we'll do is if we suspend you for 3 months, the next time be 6 months. The next time be 8, 9, 12 months. It'll be a year. Next time it'll be 2 years. And you can't come around us for 2 years. The ships might come in that time. We don't play that shit. Okay, it also says, will utterly supplant, and every neighbor or brother will walk with slanders. Let's look up the word slanders. We don't want no niggas in GMS. That's a topic right there. No ninjas in GMS. No ninjas allowed in GMS. You ain't coming up here wearing fitted tip to the side, you know? You ain't coming up in here with your pants hanging off your ass with fringes on it. Slander. The word there is, what is this? Rakayal. Rakayal. Slander, tale-bearing, informer. Right. These, like I said, you got agents in every camp. You got agents, police agents, federal agents in every camp. You got a couple of them in each of the camps that you hang out with, you go drinking with, you double date with your woman with. And this nigga getting, he getting information. Did y'all see the movie In Too Deep? Johnny Brasco? Movies such as that. Slander, talebearer, informer. Slander, slanderer, talebearer, informer, or informant. Your lifestyle's got to be. You got to be like a loner. You got to be a stoic. You got to see hanging out with, every fucking day you hanging out with a bunch of goddamn people, going out drinking and shit. I never liked that Brady Bunch shit. Brady Bunch Hebrew Israelites. Come on back. It don't take long for us to kick you out the camp. That's another topic. We're not going to tolerate your bullshit. Your name keeps coming up for negative reasons. We'll get you. Nigga, you're suspended for 2 years. Then you come back, your simple ass come back in 2 years. You didn't get the memo. Nigga, you're suspended for 4 years. Fifth verse. And they will deceive everyone his neighbor and will not speak the truth. They're cool in front of you, but they're talking shit behind your back. They have taught their tongue to speak lies and weary themselves to commit iniquity. In other words, you can't get no sleep unless you did some wicked shit. Unless you talk bad about, let me call this brother and tell him tell him about this brother that I don't like. But that brother that you don't like, you smiling in his face, saluting him. And don't let me hear about some adulterous thing like this situation with the IUIC. Don't let me hear something like that. Because if I hear that adultery, brother, that's a sin unto death. If you commit adultery and it come back to me, you are out, man. You can't explain yourself, Unless the woman said, well, I'm going to give you a story. There's a demon. He used to be a brother. And this was years ago. He was in my camp with another brother, and this other brother was dealing with a sister, and they would walk home. They would go together. The brother, when we would dismiss out, she'd be in the audience, and then she would go home with him. So everybody knew that was his woman. So this one nigga, he got with the chick, and he I guess they went to the club or went to the bar or whatever, and somehow they wound up in bed, and he wound up popping her. So when it got back to us, he said, well, I didn't know that they were going with each other. Motherfucker, everybody knew it. If you walking hand in hand with a chick, you going with that chick. If this chick always leave with you after camp, y'all dealing with something. Oh, I thought they were just walking. No. And this nigga and this dude, he was one of the guys that kicked us out of the school. He said he didn't want to pray for us. Now I ran into him many years ago after the split, and I didn't see his face, and I let him you know how you somebody want to cut in the lane, you let the person in the lane, so I let him in the lane, and he looked at me and he had a big smile on his face like he was happy to see me. And I looked at his ass like I wanted to fucking kill him. If my eyes could shoot lasers, I would have burned him with that car up. You understand? And I waved my hand like to say, "Go ahead, nigga." And he felt it too. And I'm gonna say this, just like in the movie Geronimo, one of the last scenes of Geronimo when they was in the train and them crackers got them Gadites to be scouts. He said one of the Gadites said to the other Gadite that was a scout, he said, "I will hate you forever." But you know, they said it in English, but in Gad, it sounds a lot harsher. Anyway, I looked at him in my mind. I hate you forever. I hate you forever. See, that's some Gadite talk. You understand? When you say to a fellow Israelite, "I hate you forever," that means you hate that dude. And when I, fanned my hand for him to go, he felt it, man. He felt the hate. Well, you can't hate your brother. Man, I hate that nigga to this day. You know? For what he did. For what the nigga did. And he was one of the guys that kicked it. He was the one that said, "We're not even going to play with these guys." And this nigga is a damn adulterer. And he was still dealing with the chick and had at least one child by. And I married the nigga. This guy used to have parties. He would rent a place and have parties, and he would pass out flyers to other brothers on the Sabbath, which was Friday night at that time. And he wasn't coming to me because he said, "What the fuck? Hold up, this is Sabbath." The higher ups didn't know it, but then other brothers around them, they would go to them. None of them would correct them guys. And needless to say, all them guys have fell out the truth. See, back at One West, they used to get away with a lot of shit with the Seven. The Seven really wasn't doing their job, but shit got big. You know, that's why when you go to the scriptures and it speaks about Jethro, and I asked a question. I forget who I asked it to, but I asked it to, I guess when we were closing camp, I said, "Why did the Most High put the spirit on Moses to marry Jethro's daughter, Zipporah?" And the brother said this and that, and the other I said, nope. And somebody, I forget who said it, he said the Most High had, and it's not in the scriptures, the Most High had Moses get with Zipporah because of her father Jethro, because he was a tribeman. So he asked him. He said, "What do you do with these people?" Because had to be millions of Israelites. There's no scholars argue over 500,000, a million, 10 million, whatever. He said, "How do you deal with these people?" He said, "I just sit out all day and they come to me with their problems. I give them answers." And meanwhile, that was when the Levitical priesthood was. That's when they was getting the laws, because it was in the wilderness, you know. So he said, "That's going to wear you out, and that's going to wear out your people." And he told them to set up offices that honest men of good report, so forth, and set up offices of 10s, offices of 50s, offices of 100s, offices of 1,000. And any situation that comes along, they'll deal with it. But if it's a big, major situation, it'll come to you. Meaning he's not going to get no problem coming to him, because a big situation starts off as a small one. So if the leader over 1,000, he's working with guys that it's called delegating authority. You can't just wait. You see the nigga doing all kind of wickedness, and you can't just say, "Well, I'll let the leadership deal with it." No, you got to do something about it. It says, thy habitation is in the midst of deceit. Everything about you is deceitful. Through deceit, they refuse to know me. Through deceit, they refuse to know me. You might call on the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, but your heart, by their lips do honor me, but their heart is far from me. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, behold, I will melt them and try them, test them, for how shall I do for the daughter of my people? Now, what does it mean by the daughter of my people? It means Israelite men and women and children. If it says daughters, it means women. If it says daughter, it's talking about the whole Israel, including men. Jeremiah 6:2. Their tongue is as an arrow shot out. It speaketh deceit. One speaketh peaceably to his neighbor with his mouth, but in his heart he lieth in wait. So you got some straight up wicked demonic jakes that are a part of us. So you gotta do that. That sifting comes with y'all. Y'all gotta sift these guys out. And like I said, I never should have did that affiliated thing. You know that? Fuck that, man. If you guys ain't in GMS, don't have nothing to do with us. Don't give me no goddamn double honors to the elders if you're not in GMS. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.